Hey guys, thanks for joining me on this video. We're looking at B12. It's probably the most well-known vitamin that vegans need on their diet to supplement with. It's the basic one. There's really no reason why anyone who's going vegan shouldn't be supplementing B12. I'm going to go over a little fallacy first. Some people think seaweed contains B12. Unfortunately, it contains an inactive pseudovitamin B12. So it looks like B12 and it turns up on a blood test like B12, so it can mask a deficiency, but actually it is not B12. It's just something that is very similar to it. So you can't rely on supplementing B12 via seaweed products. Now there are some products out there that I think do contain fortified B12. I think Marmite might have B12 in it, and you can probably buy nutritional yeast which is fortified with B12. You can get a lot of B12 in different food sources. So that is something to bear in mind, but they're fortified foods. They're not natural vegan products, so it is some sort of supplemental B12. But the good news about B12 is that it's very safe in general. You don't have to worry about overdosing. There are a few different versions. So the one version which is most studied is something called cyanocobalamin, and now that one is shown to be the most stable in supplements, and it's been the most studied one. However, it is not as readily bioavailable as methylcobalamin, and there is one small issue with cyanocobalamin. Sorry, difficult to pronounce this. That contains a cyanide group, and it sounds terrible. It's a very small amount, and your body can process it. However, if you have kidney failure, and I'm a living kidney donor, so I've only got one kidney, which puts me on alert for these sort of things. If you have very, very high levels of cyanocobalamin, that could lead to toxicity because you end up not being able to excrete enough of the cyanide that's produced when you eat it. So generally you don't have to worry about that. However, in Vegan Power, which is the supplement that I've been working on, it is methylcobalamin for the moment. We may consider putting a bit more of the cyanocobalamin in because it's more stable in the long run. So let's talk about the benefits of B12, why we may want to take it. And the European guidelines state that B12 contributes to the reduction of tiredness and fatigue, normal function of the immune system, normal red blood cell formation, normal psychological function, and normal homocysteine metabolism, normal functioning of the nervous system, normal energy yielding metabolism, and it has a role in the process of cell division. So a variety of roles, and for a lot of people, reductions in tiredness and fatigue and improved energy is really what we're looking for when we take B12. So it's definitely worth taking. Unfortunately, there have been historical incidences of vegans developing serious complications from B12 deficiency. There are a few sad stories online where people have really got ill and had permanent damage to their nervous system from sustained lack of B12. So we really recommend supplementing that, guys. We used to be able to get it in soil and river water because actually animals don't make B12 either. They just eat it from soil and water. However, nowadays the river water is quite polluted, mainly thanks to us, and we don't want to eat animal products. And the soil, you probably want to wash that soil because who knows what's being sprayed on it these days. So yeah, if you're living out in the wild somewhere pristine and you've got a bit of mud on your vegetables, maybe you might be okay. But for everyone else, we do need a bit of B12. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video on B12. I hope that clarifies things. There is actually one more little point I'm going to mention which is the absorbency of B12. If you take all your B12 at once, your body is not able to absorb so much. Like, as you increase the dose, the body can only absorb less. If you really want to increase your B12 levels, you can take the pills over different intervals. So we'll take one dose, then a few hours later take another dose. So just split it up. In Vegan Power, we have B12 in our pills, methylcobalamin, a huge amount. It's, I think, 10,000% of the RDA, and you're not going to absorb all of that. That's why we give you such a high dose, because your body can't absorb all of it. But by giving you a high dose, it'll allow you to hit 100%, and there isn't an issue with toxicity with it. So it's safer to take a large dose. You can also get it in spray forms, which helps with absorption, spraying under the tongue. But for simplicity, we've got it in our pills in a large dose. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to find out more about vegan nutrition, how to make sure you are hitting all those different minerals and vitamins and micronutrients to make sure your health and vitality is maintained, check out a few more of these videos. I'm making ones on all the important vitamins, minerals and nutrients for vegans. Thanks for watching.